Hey students, the topic of discussion today would be verbal communication. Verbal communication means communication through spoken and written words. It implies use of words which make languages. It is the communication by using word. Like we have communication of two types. One is verbal, another one is non-verbal. At times we don't speak much, but our body language says. That is non-verbal communication, in which we don't have any word. We didn't utter a single word. But in a verbal communication, we have words. It can be written, it can be spoken. So that means verbal communication is of two type, oral and written. Oral communication, the simplest form of communication. It means communication through the words of the mouth. It includes all the individuals which are conversing with each other, be it be direct or be it on a telephonic conversation. Like before this COVID, we used to talk, we used to have a lecture directly, but now at this time I am communicating with you all with the help of this technology. That also comes under oral communication because I am giving my words which are coming to you by any source as well. So it can be a part of a presentation. Advantages of verbal communication is immediate feedback. Suppose if I'm taking a class in your classroom, then you can immediately ask me answers. If you have any question, you can ask me those questions. It is time saving, it is economical. Personal touch is there because it would be easy for me to understand that you are getting this or not, and vice versa as well. Secrecy, if I want to tell a person some secret, then it becomes easy. Group communication, more than one idea can be explored. Disadvantages, poor retention. If you are not writing it down or if you are not recording these things, then retention power means retaining those words. It is possibly said that listening, 80% listening becomes 80% listening that just moves out once we leave a seminar hall or a classroom. So it is just 20% which remains memorable. वही याद रहता है. So that becomes poor retention of these words. No records. कोई record नहीं है. Time consuming. Misunderstanding, because I can say it in a different term and you can understand it in a different term. Unsuitable for lengthy messages. Lack of responsibility. I said it and I went from the class and you asked me, did you told this meaning of this particular word? And I say no, because I'm not responsible for the same because there is no record. Then forms of oral communication, face-to-face communication, interviews. Once a person is taking an interview, telephonic conversations, grapevine. Grapevine communication is one in which one message or an idea is floated amongst the group and it moves to another person from second to the third person. And at times the message is distorted. At times the person who is sending that message, the sender and the receiver of a message, perceive it differently, and it becomes a different message. That becomes a grapevine communication, but it is a part of oral communication. Negotiations is creating a situation, either a win-win situation, win-loss situation. Basically in business or in any terms, we have to negotiate on particular terms. Then we have to speak. Then we have meetings, lecture and speech, presentations, conferences, seminars and workshops. Then written communication, the second type of communication. This is a medium for communication that entails the written word, letters, emails, manuals, and other form of written communication. This is the old style of communication. Not necessarily we might be knowing each other, but we can just write down. The things move. Advantages are wide access, accuracy, because we have a record. Lengthy message can be sent. A permanent record, a legal evidence, it can become a fixed responsibility because a person is responsible and accountable for what they have written. And convenience, because it is easy to write certain things and express. Most of the introvert people, they write well. Disadvantages, time consuming, because one has to take those data and then they have to sort it and make some handouts for the same, this becomes time consuming, it is costly affair. Then lack of secrecy, because anyone can read it. Rigidity, one has to stick to the rules. Impersonal, it has a wide access. Delayed feedback, once one will receive that written things, the other person will read it and then they are going to revert back. So feedback delays. Forms of written communication: electronic mail, widely known as website, anything which you get on your World Wide Web. Then memorandums, these are of companies. Letters, any letter, formal, informal. Reports, any report, both business, academic report, or project report which you people are going to make, or any kind of assignment which you people make. Notices, minutes are the details which are written of a particular meeting or a particular event. Circulars, manuals which are required for operating something, or the handouts or the handbooks. Then your orders, inquiries, complaints, quotations. Thank you so much.